All right, here we go. So I'm actually talking about how AI can help you get home in time for dinner. What am I talking about? Well, let's be clear. Over the last while, everybody is talking AI. AI chatbots, AI vehicle descriptions. That's a great one you should check out, by the way. Talking about how AI can help you do all sorts of things. And it's being incorporated into so many parts of our business and of many businesses. But what I'm most interested in is helping you in your life ensure that you can use some of these tools to accelerate the things that you're doing day to day. I'm finding, and in fact, just recently, I had, let's call it a few months ago, GPT, and I do pay for the premium version. GPT is now a pinned tab on my browser. It's always there available. Only 2 days ago, I moved GPT from the 4th or 5th page on my phone to the first page of apps on my phone. I'm using it that often and finding that much value in the tools or call it the analysis, wow, everything. There's so many things that I can get from it. So let's start with this, idea generation. You're not sure what to do on the weekend. You're not sure what to do for Mother's Day. You're not sure maybe how to, take care of some questions. So idea generation, coming up with different ideas. Just throw something at GPT and ask, and you'll be amazed about the ideas you get back. I did one when my mother was visiting, and I went through all the details of what we could do that could be fun, that would be appropriate things to do with my mom, right? Questions. We can ask it questions. When was the last time that you Googled a question and you got a whole bunch of places with a whole bunch of answers, but you really just wanted one answer, or at least a best guess was going to be satisfactory? Pump that right into GPT and you get the question back. Lately, I've been having even more fun with getting GPT to do abstract tasks. I had a series of emails and they had everybody's first and last name, then it had the little corner thingies, and then it had the email in it. And I tried to copy and paste that into my email system to send an email to a group of people, and it couldn't do it. It was broken. I was actually sitting on the plane trying to do this and send a bunch of people an email. So what I did is I put that whole copy paste into GPT and said, hey, GPT, would you please pull out the emails and separate them with commas? Because that's what my email system could handle. Instantly, they were all separated with commas, copy, paste, done, email sent. Right? That would have taken ages to cut and paste and remove and delete and do all that sort of stuff. What a pain. Gone. Only about a week ago, I got into, let's be clear, I've been playing with this for quite a while. I've been nerding out on it for a while, but this activity was super fun. Data analysis. I took a whole bunch of numbers, huge set of numbers, right? I didn't tell GPT what these numbers were, right? Sometimes you want to be aware of privacy and that kind of stuff. That's fair. I cut and I pasted these numbers and I said, could you analyze these numbers for me? Without me giving it any other suggestions, it said, sure, I can analyze these for you. I could figure out the total of this number. I could figure out the average, the mean of this number. I could figure out the median in this number. I could figure out the mode. I could look at standard deviation. I could look at distribution analysis. All these sorts of things. And that was just the first blush, the first statistical request that I asked for. I said, sure, that sounds great. All of a sudden, it gave me all this information. All of these numbers that I was looking at, and I had actually thought to reach out to a friend of mine who's really great in Excel, our head of operations, Nick. He would have taken care of it for me, but it would have taken him time. GPT had it done in no time, gave me the answers I needed, helped me to focus on the right numbers in that, helped to find an error that was in those numbers, and all of a sudden I had all the analysis I needed. Right? That probably took me about 10 minutes to get all that analysis done. It would have taken me ages in Excel, looking up, trying to figure out how to do it right. Right? Document writing, proposal writing, right? Keep in mind, you still need to be an expert, right? When I'm working on a proposal and I want to get a paragraph just right, GPT is not going to give me the exactly right paragraph, but it's going to help me with ideation. It's going to get the bulk of it, and then I can massage it. Then I can adjust it and make sure it sounds right and make sure, of course, that it's correct, right? You can be in this spot where you say to GPT, hey, I want you to help me with something. And it can give you something that's a total hallucination. If you're not an expert, you're not going to know, right? So it doesn't eliminate that expertise that's so required, but it accelerates the speed at which you can do the work. This one I really love. Tax season, right? We're all taking all this extra time to get our taxes done, going through all the details. At the last minute, right, the person that helps us with our taxes says, hey, you know what? Your wife could claim all of the sports and all of the activities, all the extracurricular stuff that you pay for your kids. We've got athletic kids, we've got artistic kids, the whole bit. So they're playing lacrosse and hockey. They're on swim team. They're doing musical theater. They're doing dance. There's all of these things that, well, basically I was going to have to spend ages transcribing them into an Excel sheet. I thought, I wonder, hey, GPT, can you look at a PDF and pull out the total as well as the date as well as the business that charged for that invoice? Yes, Ian, I sure can. Oh, she's the best. So I put in all sorts of things. I think I probably put in 40 or 50. It said, well, hang on, Ian, maybe try 10 at a time. So I said, great. Could you please align them in a nice little table that I can cut and paste into Excel? So 10 at a time, all of these things went in there. Within about 5 minutes, I had input them all, copied and pasted them into Excel. Then I'm doing the calculations. I don't have to worry about errors in the calculations. All I need to think about is that maybe it got one of the numbers a little bit wrong in those invoices. And that's one of those situations that I'm okay with handling, right? So all of these things that we do in our day-to-day, the more that you can bring these tools into the forefront to help you, even just to experiment with, you're going to be able to speed up your activity. Because most of all, at Leadbox, we know and we understand retail life, right? We hear from our dealers. Some of us are past dealers. And we know, based on our experience supporting our dealers 24/7, that it's tough to get it all done. So most of all, we want to help you get those tasks done. Let's use AI to help us do it, and let's get you home in time for dinner.